Why do you think that we didn't get Days of Future Past, X-Men First Class, and Captain Marvel, what essentially leads right into Doomsday if you're talking about the multiverse?
Yeah.
Watching the trailer, as most of
Yeah.
us have probably overanalyzed the shit out of these two trailers that they've dropped and trying to figure out what the movie could be about. If you're not reading the spoilers, because if you have read the leaks of what the
Yes.
plot is, you kind of already know. We're not going to get into that
I'm not gonna
right
say
now.
nothing. No comment.
But essentially, the new characters have stolen something and living a life that's not theirs, according to Doctor Doom, right? Chris Evans and going back and living with Peggy, which Endgame's going to play an important role. They're supposed to be putting it back in theaters. Loki, that was the whole point of his series in the TVA because he was supposed to die.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to have that whole new branch timeline that he
Yeah.
created. And that was essentially what X-Men Days of Future Past was. Like their life was supposed to be, but they went back in time and changed everything. So I
Yeah.
wonder why that would not be something
From
that
where they would start from.
Yeah, exactly.
It does make sense and it does align, but at the same time, it brings too many plot holes. Because now you got Jean Grey back with or without Phoenix. You got several characters that were already offed. And then at the same time, you got to deal with them not being around. You know, you got to explain for some reason why they're not around, or just have a montage of like, oh yeah, these are the fallen X-Men. And just have like, you know, the big screen of the red X over all the characters. I don't think this is like a full blown like X-Men thing that they want to get into just yet.
I just think that with the ending of Days of Future Past, which I think is the best X-Men movie that they've done, between
Absolutely.
that and First Class, you can make the argument either way. But I think Days of Future Past is probably the best one. At the end, it basically ties up all loose ends that they've had with the other movies that had the continuity issues, killed people off that probably shouldn't have died, although you know people in X-Men die and come back to life all the time. Right, so it's like what are we doing here? I just think that it would have helped answer a lot of questions if you're bringing these people back. I guess we'll find out. We just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, I think just for simplicity purposes, they just want to continue with what's mainly known and have that Days of Future Past be its own ending. Everything that happened there is its own branch timeline, and you know, we'll just leave that X-Men. That's the dying Fox universe X-Men. So.